Hello, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome to the live stream. This is the first bit of the weekend. I'm happy that you're here with me. I am Craig. I host this little shindig every week, 2 p.m. Eastern. So glad you're here now. If you're watching this after the fact, if you're watching this recorded, then please, like, subscribe, ring the bell. You can get notified for these live streams. Today, we're going to be talking about shoppable ads. I kind of want to talk about ads generally, okay? But, the first thing we're going to do is talk about shoppable ads. So, what I did, I've shared, there's a straw poll in the comments. So, go check the comments over on the right. And I'm going to see if I can go into YouTube here and pin that, so that we can get some results throughout the stream. Okay, there we go. Now I've got the stream pulled up, and I can go to this, and we're going to pin that message. There you go. Okay, so now, as people are coming in, you guys help me out. If somebody says, hey, what are we talking about today? What's going on? Just tell them to check the pinned message, and that'll take them to this page that has, somewhere around here, the vote totals. Okay, would you buy something through a shoppable TV ad? We're going to see this come through. So, like I said, I'm going to leave this open throughout the entire live stream. So, go ahead and do that whenever, as you're coming in. Like I said, let other people know that they can do that. All right, so here's what's going on. I talked about it in a video this week, and this is not new news. or whatever the correct term is, news, I guess. But it is something that that's been on my mind a lot for the last month. This idea of shoppable ads. Okay, so what is a shoppable ad? Let's pull up a different window here. We'll come back to the results. We'll talk about what you guys said. All right, so let's pull this up here. There we go. All right, we're gonna blow this up a bit. So this is a press release, and it's always good if you can. When you see a news story like this is just an unsolicited tip from Craig, I guess. If it's possible, go to the source, and in this case, the source is going to be the actual press release from Roku. It's possible, you might find some news stories where, hey, they got an interview with this person and they revealed some more details about how it's going to work or whatever. But usually news outlets, they're just going to come in here. They're going to grab whatever quotes Roku wanted to give them, in the press release from William White, Chief Marketing Officer at Walmart. They're going to come get those sort of things and just kind of get all their facts and all their quotes from articles like this one. So it's always nice to just go straight to the source, and that's what we're doing today. So Walmart and Roku debut first of its kind partnership to bring commerce to TV ads. Now, this is something that that people have been trying to crack for a long time, a lot longer than streaming has been around. How do we, we have this audience, people watching TV. It's not quite a captive audience, but it's but they're certainly sitting down with intent to watch something, and when they're not watching, or when you are watching, you're not buying, right? And so how do you marry the two together? So then you have things that have been around for a long time, like QVC, the Home Shopping Network, that sort of thing, where you can shop live, but you got to do it over your phone. You got to pick up the phone, call this number, blah, blah, blah. And so there's quite a bit of work involved in that, and these days, kids these days, they're all scared of making phone calls, right? And so maybe they're like, all right, so how do we make it so you don't have to dial this number to get, this in 4 easy installments of $19.95? So that's what this is all about. Okay. So the idea behind this is, that was the other thing that people have tried for a while now, QR codes, Okay, so the ad will come up and there'll be a QR code, and the idea being, okay, so you take a picture of the QR code, that'll take you to our website, and then you can check out, it's so easy, but nobody was doing it. I shouldn't say nobody, maybe one of you has done it, but let's be honest, pretty much nobody has done it. So, they want to take steps out of the process. So what they're going to do is Roku is teaming up with Walmart to make shoppable ads. So when an ad comes up, and there are some questions about where these ads will come up and when and all that stuff, but the idea is an ad comes up, and the let's see, where is it? Yeah, the example they give is like a thermos, a camping soft cooler. I know you guys can't see that. It's pretty tough. I wonder if it's at the bottom. Yeah, there we go. Like a soft cooler will come up. There's an ad for this thing. Hey, check it out. And you can press a button that says, you just press OK on your Roku remote, and then it will take you to a page like this and say, oh, you like what you see? Proceed to checkout. Then Roku has your information, right? I mean, in this scenario, you've put in your credit card information. They've got your address, your billing address, your shipping address, if that's different. They've got your credit card so that you go through your Roku account, okay? And that will enable you to buy stuff from Walmart. Okay, so yeah, you go in there and say, yes, I do want that for $44.88. Proceed to checkout, and then here's the screen. It says, yeah, is this the card? Is this the address? Place the order. Boom, done. It's on its way to you. So the question is whether this is a good thing, a bad thing, or neither, okay? Or both. Frankly, it could be both. Okay, so let's bring this down, and I want to see what you guys have to have to say about it. Paul is an impulse buyer, apparently. I love it. Let's see. Sonny probably would not buy. I'm curious. Excuse me. I got something in my eye. For those who say like, no, definitely, I would not buy it. Is that for principled reasons or some other reason? I can think of other reasons beyond principle that, to say I wouldn't do it. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys have to say. So go ahead in the comments over there somewhere and let me know. Okay. And in the meantime, let's see. In the meantime, I'll say hello to everybody. We've got Thomas, David, Sylvia, Frayden, Socrates. Yeah, you're slow, but you're here, and that's what counts, right? Mel. All right, and I'm sure I'll miss a few people, but okay. So William, please no ads. I'm not in the mood. I am not an ad. Okay, so no need to press skip in the corner because I'm not that. Let's see. Okay, so isn't that already happening through Amazon? Kind of, yeah. So Amazon has, what do they call it? The live shopping. Amazon Live Shopping. It's an app. Okay. So let's see. They've got that. So I'm curious what you mean by that, because I haven't seen a clickable ad from Amazon yet. Believe me, I know Amazon has a million different ways to sell you their products, right? But I'm not sure I've seen a clickable ad like we're talking about with Roku. So they say, over here, oh, it's the first of its kind. Well, as far as I can tell, that's true. That doesn't mean you could never shop on your TV before, but it was a little different. Must be an unbelievable price, says Francis. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. Let's see. CJ, hello from Georgia. G Money. All right. Sylvia, good for business, but bad for us. Looks like they're trying to be Amazon. Well, kinda, yeah. Right. So when Walmart burst onto the scenes, they kind of, what they started, I think, back in the 70s. They got bigger in the 80s, and then in the 90s, Walmart kind of exploded, and it was like if you're a town, you've got a Walmart, kind of like McDonald's, right? And everybody was wringing their hands. Oh my gosh, the mom and pop stores and all this. And I sympathize with that to a certain extent. But it was, it was a new business model. And they kind of just spread out, took over the country. And then so that was in the 90s. And by the late 2000s, Walmart was in the position that those old mom and pop stores were in, because Amazon came along and was like, hey, you don't even have to go to the store, dude. Just get on your computer. At the time, get on your computer. Phones would become more of a thing later. But it's like, yeah, just get on your computer, order what you want. We'll send it to you. Show up right at your door. And of course, it's gotten, different and some would say better since then. Some would say worse. But yeah, it's interesting. Walmart is now in the same place as those businesses that they kind of elbowed out, and now they feel like, oh no, we're being elbowed out. So I yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's quite as bad as Best Buy. Best Buy is still doing business, right? But the old joke is, why doesn't Amazon have a showroom? Well, it's good they don't need to because Best Buy is doing it for them, right? I don't know if Walmart is quite there, um, but they've been hurting the last few years because of Amazon. So do they? Looks like they're trying to be Amazon, says Sylvia. Well, yeah, kind of. They adapt or die, right? So. Good for business, but bad for us. I don't know. Wait till the QVC and HSN folks find out. Nice. Walmart is the largest grocery store in America. Yeah, I was about to say something about that. I don't know the numbers on this. Like, I'm not a retail industry watcher, but my guess would be when you see a Walmart grocery or like what do they call them, neighborhood Walmart or something like that, where it's basically just groceries. It's not the Walmart supercenter with, hardware and crafts and home goods and all, whatever. I bet those stores do tidier business percentage wise than the super stores, Walmart Supercenter, whatever they call them. I don't know that for sure, but yeah, it is a place that a lot of people go for groceries. So yeah, that's absolutely true. Let's go check out what you guys had to say so far in the poll. All right. So, would you buy something through a shoppable TV ad? All right. So something comes up, and let's just say, for the sake of this situation, we've got the answers here that you guys have submitted. And if you're just coming in on Netflix, if you're on YouTube, the pinned comment is a link to this page. So click on that pinned comment. You'll come right in here, cast your vote. Let me know what you think. Let's see what we got. Yeah, still, 11 votes, 13 votes. Great. Okay, so for the sake of our situation here, we're painting the picture. You're watching TV, an ad comes up, and lo and behold, it's something you actually want, okay? And it's not a car. That would be cool. It's not a car ad. It's not a food ad. It's a stuff ad, right? And so somebody's advertising a new streaming stick, or somebody's the cooler example that they put on there on Amazon. If it were something you actually wanted, would you do this? Okay. And let's also assume that your payment info is already put in there. You've used Roku for, subscribing to this or that streaming service. So they've got your credit card info. They've got your address. Everything's all set up. You don't have to take any extra steps. Would you press that OK button and give it a shot? So, all right. So 19 votes. Probably not is the bulk here. Probably is in red. Yes or no. Okay, good. So I put those in as the extremes, right? Yes, no, probably not. All right. And this, I think this roughly tracks with what I figured. Probably not. Oh, you know what? Let me blow that up a little bit so you guys can see it a little better. All right, so probably not with 11 votes. That means you see something come up and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to impulse buy it, like somebody said earlier. And some of you said, I might actually do it. That's good. Let's see. Michael says, when is this partnership going into effect on Roku devices? I don't need to buy stuff on my Roku. I have Amazon and Walmart for that on my phone or laptop. Yeah. This is, I think, where I think it's not going to be long-term successful. I said this in the video. I'm happy to be proven wrong. I'm not rooting against Roku. I'm not rooting against Walmart. I think it's potentially a good idea. It's potentially convenient, for us viewers, but I could see it not going that well. And it's like I said in the video, I'm not saying that for sophisticated reasons. I'm not saying it for complicated reasons. Very, very simple. People shop on their phones. We're just conditioned to do that now. All right. So, I get the barcode thing on Hulu ads. Oh, like the QR code. Yeah, we talked about that a moment ago. Hypothetically, it's a Craig is always right t-shirt for sale. That's what you can buy from Walmart. If I could get If I could get a hashtag Craig is always right t-shirt into Walmarts across the country, that's it. I quit this job. I'd make $500 and just be done with you people. Okay, so Mel says, yeah, I would. All right. No, I'd put it on my grocery list and go in person. Okay, all right. Frayden, I'm added out, but as long as it doesn't make the Roku interface look like the Amazon Prime interface, I guess I'm okay with it. I highly doubt I'd ever buy anything. Okay, so this is actually a great comment. So thank you, Frayden, who I still need to figure out how to make you a mod, but we'll do that. This is a great comment because the problem that Frayden has here, and I think a lot of us do, is think back to the old Amazon Prime Video interface, or even the Fire TV interface, if we want to go a little broader. It's better now. It is absolutely better now than it used to be. But think back to the old one where it was just ad after recommended content, after paid for content, after, and you scroll and scroll and scroll, and you're like, okay, finally I got to the my list or the continue watching or whatever. But it was just ad after ad. I hated it. I really did. So do we want this to go that way? Of course not. And from what I understand, a shoppable ad on Roku wouldn't change anything about the Roku interface. We're talking about during programming. And one of my questions is, will this be just during your Roku channel viewing? Or is it going to be across your streaming services, but on that platform? So if you watch, what are you going to watch ads on HBO Max or Peacock or Pluto or whatever? Will it be able to do shoppable ads on those services as well? They don't say. All they say is that this is coming. Somebody asked earlier, oh, shoot, who was it? Oh, yeah, Michael said, when is this partnership going into effect? We don't know. They don't say. They say they're piloting the program, they're giving it a shot, but they don't give a release date for this quite yet. Let's see. Okay, so interesting. If they already have all my billing info, changing my vote to probably. At least try it. Okay. Hey, I think that's fair, Deborah. So the idea there is convenience, right? Especially, oh my gosh, if you've ever tried to, input your credit card information using a TV remote, nightmare. So nobody wants to do that. But what if Roku already has your credit card information? Then it's a matter of convenience. Okay. I feel like my brain is getting scattered. I need to focus for just a second and say what I was going to say earlier. And say, okay, so right here, this comment from Frayden, I guess I'm okay with it as long as it doesn't make the Roku interface look like the Amazon Prime interface. Okay. I highly doubt I'd ever buy anything, but it sounds, Frayden, like you're okay with it as long as it doesn't change that simple Roku interface. I think that's fair. And I don't think it's going to. The reason why I'm okay with this at the very least, I'm okay with this. And possibly I'm excited for it just to kind of see how it goes. I guess I'm academically excited for it in a way. But the reason why I'm curious to see where it goes and interested is because I don't think it's actually going to be as intrusive as people fear. Whenever you see some story, let's go back over to our story here. You see some story that says, oh, okay, commerce to TV ads, Walmart, Roku. Oh man, I don't want to deal with more ads and more selling me stuff. And I get that. But what if the ads are better? What if they're targeted at you better for stuff that you actually want or, heaven forfend, actually need, right? What if those ads are well targeted? And then you add in the convenience factor. Takes 2 clicks and you're done. You've got the thing on its way to you. I could see it being all right. Again, like Frayden said, as long as it's not intrusive in the way that the old Prime Video interface and a little bit the new Prime Video interface can be. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Just don't intrude. But if you want to give me a convenient option, I'm all for it. Okay. Oh, no. Speaking of Walmart, Igor says my on-box remote stopped working right away pretty much. Ugh, that sucks. They definitely, they make them cheap so that you can buy them cheap. But sometimes when you buy something cheap, it turns out you're getting something cheap, right? Yeah, that happens. This is interesting. Will it be a product tied to what you're watching or just some random thing? So Roku has a lot of information on you. And, these, like it or not, you can use a VPN all you want. You can do all this and that and the other. But chances are there's a lot of information out there floating around about who you are, what you like, what you're after. And it's not hard for these companies to sell that information to each other. So Walmart knows a lot about you. Roku knows a lot about you. So will it be a product tied to what you're watching? I think that could be cool. Or just some random thing. I think the third option is it's not random. It's not tied to what you're watching, but it is tied to you. It's a targeted ad. It's something that, in the old broadcast days, cable, broadcast TV, whatever, you'd watch a program and they'd show a McDonald's commercial and everybody saw the same McDonald's commercial. If you're tuned into that channel, you see the same commercial. It's not that way anymore because we've got the internet, capital T, capital I, exclamation point, the internet. Now, everything can be, doesn't mean it always is, but it can be targeted directly at you. So that's our third option. And I think that's what they're so excited about with this partnership is that Roku can do the targeting. And Walmart has the products to sell. Okay. The number of people who order online and pick up at stores is scary. I don't understand that. Why would that be scary? I think it's perfectly reasonable. It used to be, they would teach us when we were kids. I'm sure a lot of you can remember this. And maybe they still do. I don't know. I haven't haven't talked about this in a long time, but maybe it's still a thing where you go to the store, you go to the grocery store and you get your list. You don't browse because if you browse, you're going to buy a bunch of stuff, right? So you get your list, you go get the eggs, you go get the milk. There's the bread. You get the hot dogs for the kids and I get the chips for the barbecue and and then go to the register and get out of there. So you don't buy a bunch of extra stuff. And I feel like ordering online is like is a supercharged version of that where you go online, you're like, I know what I want. It's in my cart. And then when I get to the store, I'm not going to go in and browse. I'm not going to buy that rotisserie chicken and $11 bag of peanut M&Ms. No, none of these are from personal experience. What are you talking about? You're crazy. So like, I don't know. I'm curious, Francis, what you mean by that, that it's scary about that, or that this is a scary idea. I'm interested to hear more. Okay. So now I gotta catch up with you guys. Oh, and for those who, I know there are people still coming in, it's always a constant rollover, right? So check the pinned comment, and you too can participate in this poll. Where is it? Would you buy something through a shoppable TV ad? Okay, so go check that out. Get voting, folks. And as we're talking, I am seeing that the share of probably is increasing. The share of yes is not. Okay, so 2 votes. People are like, heck yeah, let's give it a shot. Absolutely. A few people are saying no, under no circumstances. And I think I'm with you guys here in the middle, somewhere in the probably not. For me, it would be probably. I think out of curiosity, I would give it a shot and see how it goes. Anyway, that's horrifying, Craig. I love my privacy. Well, yeah, we all love our privacy, but in reality, oh well. I kind of feel like by the time we're all dead and gone, or okay, at least close to it, at some point, we're going to look back on the first 30, 40 years of the internet and just be amazed at the Wild West nature of it, where, and I'm not talking about like government regulation or anything. It's just like, with the advent of the internet, it's like the entire world logged on and just started chucking spaghetti at the wall to see what would stick, right? So spaghetti flying everywhere, and a few things would stick. And the internet as a concept, it'll settle down after a while, and and maybe there will be regulations around such things, and um, I don't know, less anonymity perhaps in the future on the internet. But anyway, but right now, I love my privacy. Well, what do you love more, your privacy or using the internet? Because pick one, right? But I know what you mean. But it's not. I don't lose any sleep over it personally. But it is a concern. It is a concern. Is this a turnaround? You've seemed so anti-ads before. No. I'm not. I'm anti-ads while I'm watching TV. I don't like. So maybe this is what you're talking about. Like if I'm given the choice between HBO Max, no ads for 15 or with ads for 10, I'll pay 15 every time. Like it's, I am not a rich man, but I have enough money to not watch ads while I'm, watching what was the Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong, I hate that. But that being said, I'm not anti-ad as a general proposition, just in life. I do think it can get overbearing, and I don't mind it when local governments put up, laws about billboards or whatever. Like that's all fine. But no, advertising, it's the lubricant that makes our economy move, right? It keeps the engine moving. So no, I don't mind ads. As long as they're done well, and in this case, targeted well. If you're going to have my info, you can at least give me some good info or some good ads. And that's something like I think we still do. My wife and I kind of share a browser profile. Oftentimes when we're browsing around, and so we'll get each other's targeted ads, and it's always really funny to see what the other person is has on their mind at the moment, which probably does sound horrifying to a lot of people, but for us, it's whatever. There's no secrets. Let's see. I suppose this could be the final nail in the coffin for the local small business owner. I don't think so. People have been predicting the demise of the local business owner for a long time, and it keeps not happening. With everything, Walmart comes along, then Amazon comes along, and all, and yet there are still locally owned stores, local small businesses. I don't think this is going to do it. If this works, if the Walmart Roku team up lasts longer than a year, that's going to be my definition. If it lasts longer than a year, it's a success. If they pull the plug before a year is out, then it didn't work out so well. But if it's a success, I think it's going to be a success on the margins. I don't think this is going to replace, shopping on Amazon. I don't think, people are going to cancel their Prime accounts because, hey, well, I'll just watch TV on my Roku and shop. It's not how it's going to work. It's just going to be a marginal improvement potentially in the way that ads work on your TV. Vudu had some shoppable ads in their free with ads content. Interesting. So Vudu is it still owned? I think it's still owned by Walmart. Gosh, now I got to check. I think it's still owned by, Vudu is now owned by Fandango Media, a joint venture between NBC Universal and Warner Brothers Discovery. Okay, so no, they must have sold it. But am I crazy? Vudu used to be Walmart, right? So that would make sense. They tried to do this. They tried to make it work at some point, and it probably just didn't work out so well. Vudu always had a really small slice of viewership compared to the other streaming services. That's not a knock on Vudu. It's always had things that I like about it. But it was always small compared to the others. But now maybe they're like, hey, maybe we can do that, but partner with Roku, and actually make this work. That's probably what we're looking at, something like that. Let's see. I order stuff online and then do store pickup all the time with Best Buy, among other places. Yeah, no, I can't wander through a Best Buy. It's catnip for me. I do need, at some point, I have to buy a new phone. I have to figure out where I'm going to buy a new phone. This one, you can't tell, but the screen is super cracked. It's like scuffed up on the edges. I need a new phone bad, you guys. So one day, I don't know if it'll be Best Buy, but somewhere I'm going to buy a phone, and it's going to be a whole ordeal. Because if you go to Best Buy, you're like, yeah, I need the phone. And then you're like, oh, and I also need every accessory you have, all of them. Just put them in the back, you know. Let's see. Craig is polling his audience. You know how painful that can be? I don't. There are a few different ways I could go with that joke, and I'm not sure which one you mean. Let's see. Okay, so off topic. We'll allow it, Frayden. We'll allow it. You know, while we're allowing it, let's pull up the poll so we can see that. It looks like, oh, probably not is in the majority now. Oh no, I think it was already. Anyway. Okay. Sort of off topic, but Roku related. Craig, is there a way to use an antenna with a Roku streaming stick? In other words, on a Roku TV, you can add an actual antenna input. Can you do that here or no? No. This is freaking me out because I can't. I'm trying to remember. I'm going back in my memory banks because I have a Roku TV. What I'm curious about is if, let's say you had a Samsung TV, right? And you plugged a Roku streaming stick into it, and you have an antenna plugged into the TV, can you get that to feed into your live TV guide on like the Roku channel? I don't think so. I don't think so. And let's see. New Roku Ultra. I'm just double checking the Roku Ultra. I don't think it has a coax connection. So we're just going to, yeah, no, it doesn't have one. Which, frankly, it'd be kind of nice if they did. Who does have one? I guess nobody does nowadays. Apple TV doesn't have one. Fire Cube doesn't have one. Huh. I mean, you can actually, okay, with all these devices, you can get a USB adapter, use the USB port to plug in the coax cable. It's all kind of complicated, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But like there are ways to do it, but no, I don't think so. Okay. Okay. Insert a plug for the coffee mug. There you go. Oh no, it's the right side, but there you go. Teespring, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've sold some embarrassingly low number. Now I haven't looked recently enough. I'm not going to beclown myself by saying some old number, but yeah, you can go to Teespring, just search Reviews.org, and you'll find that there. At least I think you still will. Let's find out. Okay. Here, let's get rid of that. We're going to go to teespring.com because I don't think YouTube puts it below anymore. They used to have like merch ads under there. Oh my gosh, I'm actually still logged in at Teespring. That's amazing. Don't they have like a search button? Jiminy Christmas. Teespring. Home. Gosh, I'm doing this. I don't want you guys to have to look at all this. Where does it go? Don't they have a... Okay, discover creators and their products. Now we can start looking around. Don't they have a search? If they don't have a search, I'm going to be really weirded out. So let me show you guys what I'm looking at Teespring. Don't they have a... What happened to search? Okay. Apparel shop. And now discover, start creating. Oh, there we go. There's the Reviews.org brand store. But where's my search? Oh, okay. Okay, good. You can search up there. So yeah, you can. This is an ad. We're doing we're doing a live ad here, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, the mug. It's cheaper than the t-shirt. $15 for the Craig is always right mug. It's just like this. It's not bad. It's the most standard kind of ceramic mug you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, there's a few things in there, but there you go. All right. There's your live ad, everybody. Okay. And, you know, that was a rough advertisement, but there it is. Voodoo was Walmart owned. Good. All right. Thank you, Andy, for coming through. And I did get that message. Andy sent me a message yesterday on Twitter. Was it yesterday or this morning? Whatever it was, which I appreciated. Yeah, and Andy keeps me up to date with lots of headlines. And you can do that too if you follow me on Twitter at TLPCraig. That is me. So let's see. For me, Roku's a no-go because it has a closed ecosystem. I assume you mean ecosystem. You can't sideload apps. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you're a hardcore streamer who likes to sideload apps, yeah, Roku's a no-go. That makes sense. Trucking mud flaps. And I see ads for it. A lot of clothes. Yeah, I see a lot of clothes ads. So, it'll be funny. Like if somebody is watching over my shoulder, I'll be scrolling through some article and they'll be like, "Oh, looking for a new sundress, are you?" And I'm like, "Well, it's hot out." So, let's see. The internal tuner sucks. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. Let's see. I'm just trying to catch up on your comments over here. If it will make you smile, Craig, I will go hunt down your mug. See, ads work. I do an ad, and William goes out and buys a mug. I see you, William, on the comments on my videos. I see you, and William is. Tell me if this is fair to say. The most like if this were a high school yearbook, you'd be like most likely to get salty. Yeah, right. About whatever the topic at hand is. William's always down there like, I hate ads. I hate this. I hate that. There's a guy I knew in France. He was, when I lived in France, he was from, oh gosh, he was from somewhere else in Europe. And I apologize. I can't remember. But he was trying to learn English and, he was learning vocab words and he would just say, "I hate that thing. I hate, or I love this." And he would just say, fire off his vocab words, kind of like Brick saying, "I love lamp," right? It was very much like that. One day he was in a really bad mood. He walks up to us. Oh, his name was Majid. So yeah, he's probably from maybe North Africa somewhere. But anyway, he comes up to us one day. Majid's in a bad mood. And he looks at me. I'm dressed in like a suit and tie and everything. He just looks me up and down and goes, I hate, like pointing at my tie, pointing at my shirt, pointing at my haircut, whatever. I hate. He forgot all of his vocab, but he was in enough of a mood to just tell us how much he hated. There you go. All right. The multifunctional Craig is always right mug. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't get me started, you guys. The Mariners are on a tear. It's amazing. Okay, so Arcelia says, will Roku ever become open to the idea to sideload apps, in your opinion? No, I don't think so. I think, so there are folks out there, like whoever I highlighted just a moment ago saying it's a no-go for me. I need to be able to sideload apps. There are folks out there for whom that is a big thing, but that's a very small slice of the streaming market. Those are hardcore streamers who, are very technologically savvy and have the time and inclination to go through and learn how to do this and then actually execute on it. And so that's a small enough market segment that Roku probably doesn't want to alienate the folks that they already have, the devoted Roku users, who might be turned off by the idea of their Roku suddenly becoming less reliable. Because the idea behind a closed ecosystem is that Roku has more control over the experience that they present than you get on other open platforms. And so, when you search for an app in the Roku App Store, it's a bit like Apple versus the old version of Android. It's whatever. We can get into that in a bit. But it's like if you go on your Apple and download an app, then that has gone through a vetting process to make it onto the App Store. And it's not full of malware. It's not spyware. It's not whatever. Roku is a similar way. And so it is, because it's a closed ecosystem, it is more secure than something that's based on, say, Android TV. So Android TV, Google TV, Fire TV, those are all Android systems. I'm not saying that they are, like if you use a Fire TV, your information is up for grabs. That's not what I'm saying. But it is inherently less secure than a closed ecosystem. And so I think, there's convenience, there's simplicity, there's security. There are reasons why Roku wouldn't want to give that up. Do I think that they will never do that? Is it possible that they would ever open up their ecosystem again? Because it used to be. It's possible, but I doubt it. There you go. Yeah. How about that? I'll give you an 83% for no. Okay. Sarah, hi. Love your side-loaded stories. Do I have side-loaded stories? I've back in the early days of this channel, I used to I didn't know what side-loading was. I'd started reviewing devices and saw this term come up, and I was like, oh, what's side-loading? And I looked it up, and so I tried it with some apps, and mostly it went fine. But I didn't put it like in a glass case or anything, but it was almost like a trophy. It was a Fire Stick that I managed to completely brick because I side-loaded some apps that turned out, it was like IPTV, or what do they call it? Am I getting that right? Whatever. My brain's a little fried. It's the end of the week. Why do I do this on Fridays? But yeah, with all these like free TV apps and whatever, I'd download them, and the malware multiplied like crazy, and it completely bricked it. And so we had this like $40 Fire TV stick that was completely worthless, and so we put it kind of on this like trophy pedestal or something. It's like, this is, that Craig managed to brick a Fire TV stick. So there you go. Anyway, the point of that story is you should never sideload. The point of the story is it can go horribly wrong. And I found out the hard way. Let's see. All right. Compared to Apple and Amazon, I feel like Roku is fairly open. Interesting. If you go, excuse me, I feel like I have something itching in my nose, like a little hair bugging me. Anyway, if you go to the Roku App Store, there's a lot of stuff in there that you can find that you'll never use. And so it's like you can make a very, very specific app for Roku, and upload it. And it's like, yeah, me and 5 of my friends will enjoy this. We'll put it on our Roku devices. You can do that. So it's open in that way. They're very welcoming to bizarre niche little apps, but it's not as open as something that's Android based. But is it open compared to Apple? Yeah, maybe. All right. Yeah, no, they're not beating that record this season. They had too much of a losing streak. Okay. Oh, my story about the guy in France. Yeah, there you go. Is that a side-loaded story? So you said, love your side-loaded stories. Yeah, hate. I would tell you what we said, Majid, what do you love? And I would tell you what he said, but then I'd have to put a little explicit sign on this particular live stream, and I'm not going to do that. So let's see. Side-loaded stories must be the YouTube shorts. Yeah, I haven't done one of those in a while. Do you guys, you know what? Okay. let's go on a tangent here. Okay, we've been talking about ads for a while. We're going to go on a tangent. We're going to go straw poll, create a poll. Oh, I can type. I can totally type. All right. Okay. Create poll. Okay, we're doing a new poll because I'm really curious what you guys have to say about this. Okay, copy that. And okay. Here's the poll we're going for. Okay. All right. Do you regularly watch YouTube Shorts? Here we go. Okay, straw poll is in the comments. This is not the pinned comment, okay? So choose the new one, the new comment on there. Do you regularly watch YouTube Shorts? And related to that, after I get some results coming in from you guys, I'm curious, do you want us to make more on Reviews.org? Okay. So do you regularly? Okay, so not like have you ever, but is this a feature on YouTube that you regularly use? Okay. First of all, Kirk, back off. I'm only occasionally temporarily incorrect, but I'm always right in the end. Always. Okay. It's a fact of life. Okay. Have I heard of Sinkler? No, I haven't. I haven't heard of that. I'm curious though. Okay. Yeah, we want more Craig content. If you want more Craig content, I hope you're all subscribed to the Legendarium because you can get way more Craig content than you could ever consume. All right. Mainly because I don't do TikTok. Smart man, Andy. Smart man. Okay. So, okay, yeah, it looks like a solid majority of you are saying, no, I don't regularly watch it. Few of you do, though. Okay, so, yeah, that kind of tracks. It's, we make content like that, kind of YouTube Shorts content, but it ends up on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube Shorts. So, yeah, we make them every once in a while, but not as much as maybe we could. So... once in a while. Yeah, that seems like me too. The thing that I haven't liked as much about the YouTube Shorts is that compared to regular YouTube videos, for me, YouTube Shorts are not very well targeted. And so it'll just kind of be whatever went viral in the last couple days. And so, when you're watching regular YouTube videos, it's like, hey, 3,000 people watch this. You might want to watch it too. Versus on the Shorts, it's always like 5 million people have viewed this. And it's like, well, just because, 50 million Elvis fans can be wrong. I can't, but they can. All right. It's like Plex, but more open. Yeah, and anytime I see that, anytime I hear it's more open, my question is, does that mean less secure? And so, I'd have to go check it out. So open or openness or security. Pick one. Okay. Cool. Well, there you go. Where are we at with the other one? This one is the pinned comment, which is buy something through a shoppable TV ad. Yeah, it looks like we kind of hit our stasis on that one. Okay, so yeah, only a few of you vote. Only a few of you voted. Oh man, that hurts. You hurt me. But yeah, a little over half of you aren't going to do it. All right, so that's. Oh gosh. Oh, did we? Oh yeah, I did a live stream. We hit 5,000 subscribers on that channel. Honestly, I don't use it that much. That channel. So when we hit 5,000 subscribers, I told him I would do was it only 6 hours? Oh, I think we kept going, but I cut off the recording there. We did like an 8-hour marathon live stream. So maybe we'll do that here if we hit 600,000 subscribers. I don't know. So go tell your friends. But yeah, it was a long live stream. We had some fun with it though. Folks I'm subscribed to, yeah, the algorithm, I don't know. Maybe I'm sure they have a reason for why they don't use a similar algorithm, but whatever. Doesn't necessarily mean better either, more open. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, you did, Sarah. Yeah, you did, Tony. Good. Best app for college football. Sling? I mean, you could pick any of them, really. Probably either YouTube TV if you want a really good DVR and tons of channels, or Sling if you want to save a little bit of money. You're not going to get the same number of channels and the same quality DVR, but you'll save a bit. So one of those two, depending on, what you need. Let's do a 48-hour marathon without falling asleep. This is a great idea. I could probably stream for 24 hours. If I got to take a break, if I got to take a 15-minute break every 3 hours, I could probably do that. ESPN Plus, not for college football. They do have some college football stuff, but the best games are still reserved for broadcast. You're on YouTube TV. Yeah, you're set. If it's for college football. Yeah. Okay, cool. We're gonna start wrapping it up. If you guys have any other questions, we talked a lot about ads, targeted ads, shoppable ads today. If you have any other questions on that subject, let me know. Questions on another subject, that's fine. We'll go for another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll start calling it quits. But I'm happy to answer a few more questions if you'd like. You found my other YouTube account. There you go. You can also, you guys, I have so many YouTube channels. We talked about the trucker thing. If you want to know how to start a trucking company, I've got that channel. I've also got one that's, and this one is not me. It's, but I film and edit and run the channel. How to buy a dental practice. So for all of you dentists in the audience, I've got you covered. I can tell you how to buy a dental practice. Let's see. Any Amazon Prime deals you got? No, Prime Day is over now. Let's see. It ended on Wednesday, I think. So right now, I think there might be some leftovers, but I haven't been keeping track. I don't have any deals off the top of my head for you right now. The best time to start shopping on Amazon again will be Cyber Monday. So what's that? Early November, I suppose. There you go. Let's see. Apple MLS deal. What do you think about it? I personally think I would save my money like for the NFL deal. Is that what you mean? Let's see. Apple. Was it MLS? Yeah. That's okay. That's right. I did see this last month. Apple and Major League Soccer to present all MLS matches around the world for 10 years, beginning in 2023. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's pull it up for you guys. Here's what we got. So this is what Arcelia is talking about. What do I think of it? I think it's great. I'm always a big fan of consolidating. And so if it really is going to be all MLS matches around the world for 10 years, and with no blackouts, that'll be key. Like if you use MLB TV like I do, or NHL TV or whatever, then you get your local coverage is blacked out. So you have to, either use a VPN or live somewhere else in order to use those apps effectively. And so this I could get behind if it really is that simple. And I haven't looked much into it, what they've said about it. And like with Major League Baseball, I think I made a short to this effect. I can't remember if it went on the channel itself or if it was just on social, like on like TikTok. And I don't know what the social team does with all those videos. But anyway, it was to the effect of there are too many places to watch baseball. Because with Major League Baseball, they've, obviously they've got MLB TV, but they've got deals with ESPN. They've got deals with Apple TV. They've got deals with Amazon and, YouTube. So there, I think I nailed down like 5 major places, and there were a couple of others, but 5 major places that you would have to kind of be subscribed to get every game, and it was ridiculous. Oh, check my Twitter DM. I will. I won't do it right now during the show, but I'll check it later. Okay. Hulu Live DVR is unlimited with fast forward rewind. As for all you Hulu Live subscribers now. Okay, well there you go. So they operate the same. Okay. So the DVR is unlimited. Do they delete it after 9 months still? Like YouTube does. Woo, that's a nice deal. Apple TV down at 109. Woo, that is nice. Okay. Let's see. Oh man, I don't know about practice runs. It's not necessarily a practice run for the deal, but it is. I'm kind of excited about this. It'd be cool if again, I like it when they consolidate like that, as long as it's done smartly, and in ways that don't hurt me as a consumer. But yeah, I like the idea of Apple being a place I can go to watch all these sports. That'd be great. All right. This is something we didn't get to. Can you you don't know how to make Roku have parental control like Fire Stick, where you can lock everything down? There isn't a way to do that. And that is one concern I have about the clickable ads. We didn't even get there. Sorry about that. But thanks for reminding me. I think parental controls is going to be huge. I don't want to hand my kid a Roku remote if they're going to be able to order, a $300 weighted blanket from Walmart that I don't need. I don't want that to happen. So, but right now, no, there's not a great way to do it. You can't just lock it down. That's why on the Roku TV in the house, the one that the kids use, I bought a Chromecast. The new we keep saying new, it's like 2 years old now. The new Chromecast has really solid parental control features on there. So that's what I got. Hey, the Atlanta airport. I was just there a couple months ago. There you go. All right. How do I watch my favorite team? Well, luckily I live in the desert that also happens to be a baseball desert. I live in Salt Lake City. We do have the Bees. They're a AAA Angels affiliate, but my team is the Mariners, so I rarely have a problem watching them unless they're playing the Rockies, because for some reason we're in the Denver market. And you guys have no idea. It takes 8 hours to drive to Denver. Like, it is far away from here. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, and the other thing is, like I was saying with blackout dates and whatnot. If somebody else has the rights, if the game is airing on YouTube or on Apple TV, then I can't watch it on MLB TV. So, all right. All right, guys, I'm going to start wrapping it up here. So thanks for coming on. Another fun live stream. You guys always have really good questions. You make this easy to do. So I appreciate that. And make sure you come by next week, Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't think I'm going anywhere. So I think it'll be same bat time, same bat channel. Maybe I'll put my hair up so that I look like a regular human being next time. So you don't have to deal with long hair Craig. But yeah, same time next week. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.